Hello, everybody. Welcome to Transcending the Culture. I'm half of your, one third of your co-host. I'm Cat Queen, and I know we have James Johnson logging on real soon. Oh, there you are.
Let me tell you something about this bullshit. Listen, first of all, good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. What's up? We are glad to be here with you guys today. I am James. We got the Queen over here, Cat Queen. I know she introduced herself already. How the fuck does the internet go down as soon as you hit live?
Yeah, I knew something was up. I'm like,
so then I'm like, I'm looking on Facebook on another device, and I'm okay. It's still running. Like everything is like.
Yeah, still on, but
shit right now. But anyway, what's up, everybody? We are glad that you are here with us tonight. We have an amazing show for you guys. We are still working on getting our guest in here tonight. We actually have a guest scheduled for you guys, R&B singer Vante Reed, who has the new single out, Stay. I'm not sure if all of you guys have heard it already, but it has been on all streaming platforms since last Friday. So it did come out. Song sounds really, really good. Samples Jodeci. Close connection there. So I thought it was pretty dope. Had a chat with him, and he should be popping in on us tonight. We have communicated today, so he should be popping in on us tonight. But of course, Cat Queen has the hot topics, the trending topics. She got the what we call it? I was going to say the know-how. Listen, Cat Queen has all of the latest, the hottest, the most juicy topics that are going on, that is going on out there in the industry and in the urban world. So we're going to talk about a little bit of that. We might throw some random stuff in there. A lot of stuff happening with UG Digital Media and Publishing, UG Digital Podcast and Radio. Several platforms that we have running now. It's not just Transcending the Culture anymore. We have the Black Print, which runs on Sundays. I have flip-flopped the time of the Black Print several times. So we're going to be on at 3:30 on Sundays now. So 3:30 to 4:30. We have the Bucket List, which runs from 5 until 6 on Sundays. We have Open Letters to a Survivor, which is actually our number one podcast right now. Open Letters to a Survivor runs on Sundays, each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. Sometimes they go a little bit over, depending on the guests that they have. But a fantastic healing experience for anybody who is dealing with mental health issues or just traumatic issues, different experiences in their lives. This is a platform that you definitely want to partake in. So that is Open Letters to a Survivor each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. And then, of course, we have Transcending the Culture here on Tuesdays. Cat Queen has her amazing platform that is going to be coming. And to my knowledge, that's going to be on Thursdays, Thursday afternoons. So you guys will be able to catch that. Of course, we will have some random things that will be going on. I actually, listen, I was in fan mode today. I'm not even going to trip, not even going to front. Like, I was really, really in fan mode because I have been, when did Set It Off come out? 96. So almost 28 years ago, I have been a longtime fan of Shauna. She comes from the rap group Infamous Syndicate. She is of royalty. Her dad is Buddy Guy, blues legend Buddy Guy.
I didn't know that.
And she was signed to Disturbing the Peace, up under Ludacris, and so many other artists that were there. 2 Chainz, who at that time went by Titty Boy, and Shauna. I feel, and I know that many people feel that Shauna has really done some amazing work. Obviously, she got bars for life. So
right, and she was one of the first like female rappers from a group to really go solo and hold her own.
Yeah,
Especially under Ludacris, she was going ham.
And I just think that for all the time that she has been rocking through this industry, and for her to still kind of be there and still be relevant and still able to jump in when she wants to and jump out when she wants to and kind of do her own thing, I have just always followed her. So I put a post up this morning on Instagram because a lot of times I'll do like a Take It Back Tuesday, Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, and I put a song on of hers from her first album, and I was just like, for a long time, like, Shauna's been on my bucket list of people who I'm, through this media experience. And she replied, and she was like, "What you want to ask me, baby?" So I'm like, "Oh snap!" So I'm just thinking, and then I just kind of, in a nutshell, I kind of poured my heart out, and was just like, I just really respect what you do, blase, blase. And, I'm like, I really want to celebrate you, and that's what this platform is about. And I was talking about, obviously the bucket list, but then I was talking about the Black print too, and really being able to kind of talk about, their blueprint to success and that sort of thing, or their Black print to success, as I should say. So, I just put that in there, and she was just like, "I would love to join you on the interview." So, I sent my request out today. I said, "Oh, it's coming momentarily." So,
I know you were on it. I know, because I know you love Shauna. I know you love you some Shauna.
Yeah.
So,
well, I was in fan mode. Yeah, I was in fan out mode today, but I thought that was pretty dope. So I may have something coming up with her if that really pans out like I think it's going to. So definitely those platforms are running, but the radio station UGD Radio is launching 2 weeks, 13 days to be exact. So we are launching in 2 weeks. Of course, we're going to have round the clock music to start off with, but we are working on getting programming in there. The entertainment plug is coming back. Actually, the comeback date for the entertainment plug is September 28th. So, September 28th. So that's going to be coming back. And I talked to somebody today who may actually be bringing their platform to UGD Radio. So that's going to be a really, really good thing. I think a really big thing because she's already on and running. I got to talk to Reese today, and Reese Reese is really going through it
Oh
as she
no.
has for the last couple of weeks. And we'll talk off air, but definitely some loss in the family, and it's like beyond traumatic. So a lot has been going on for her for the last several weeks. So definitely waiting for her. So UGD Live is going to be coming closer to the end of the year, and she did clarify today that she's still a part of everything, which I knew that, and I
Okay.
just was kind of giving her time because again, this the loss that has happened is just it's beyond traumatic. So
Well,
definitely
my heart goes out to her. Definitely.
my
I don't know
heart
what's
goes
going
out to
on,
her
but
still. Definitely, constantly praying for her, praying for you, Reese, and definitely sending love and condolences, and not just to her, but to her kids, to her mom, and the rest of the family. It's a lot of people who are affected by, deeply affected by this
mhm.
loss. So definitely sending love to her. And I know she pops in and she checks us out too. But it's just been so much stuff going on for her. So I honestly hadn't talked to her for about 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, because of everything that has gone on. So she's healing, and it takes some time, but she's definitely healing. But sending love to Reese and her entire family, the kids, and everybody. So that's going to be happening too. So UGD Live will be coming closer to the end of the year. But again, for those who may have missed it, I see a couple people just popped on. um, yeah, I see a couple people just popped on. So UGD Radio is going to be coming in 2 weeks. So that will be up and running. We will have an app. So you'll be able to go on the app and actually listen to the station and listen to what we have going on. I got artists who are doing drops for us right now. So it's a lot of stuff happening. And I'm reaching out to a lot of people for favors to try to get drops and, get different stuff recorded. And the process is heavy. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. And then, life happening too and all of that kind of stuff. So just trying to
Right.
meld it all together and keep on moving. Um, today I really um, today I really felt the movement of just like gotta keep moving, gotta keep going, gotta keep moving, gotta keep pushing. So everything is actually good. I was telling you today actually has been a really really good day. So good to be on. I'd be waiting to do Transcending. So I got up this morning and I'm like, oh snap, it's Tuesday. Because it kind
Yeah,
of
I kept
didn't.
thinking it was Monday, because of the holiday for Labor Day. So I think
Yeah,
everybody was kind of a little off today.
yeah. And speaking of the holiday, how was your holiday?
It was really, really good, until I definitely fell asleep and, I ain't ruined the food too bad, but it's just okay, when you the macaroni person, you can't mess up the macaroni. That's like Black Holiday 101. So I'm the macaroni person in my family. I'm trusted with the macaroni.
Yeah.
So, we was me and my dad and my family. Some people stopped through. We took a couple drinks. I put the mac in. I have a system. Okay. I put my mac in. I put all my stuff in it and I kind of let it melt together into a cheese sauce, mix it up, and then I put the rest of my cheeses on there and bake
Now,
it.
now, 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 when you say stuff, and I feel like I shouldn't have to verify or clarify with you, but when you say stuff, ain't none of that stuff raisins, is
Not James. I know I might be part white, but I ain't white like that. Now, come on now. Ain't no damn raisins. Ain't no raisins. Ain't no capers. There's
I'm just
no
talking. I'm just talking.
peas. There's no, none of that in my macaroni.
I'm
So
just talking
yeah, I
shit.
do. I do old school mac. A recipe that I took from my grandma, my mama, and my sister. I kind of made it my own. But yeah, I like to mix. Cook it, mix it all up. Then I take some squares of cheese and I push them in there so you have little pockets of cheese, and it's a special thing. But I fell asleep during the first step.
Okay.
So, and this for not no 20, 30 minutes. This is 2 hours sleep. During the most critical macaroni time, like no, you cannot do that. So I was woke up yelling at my parents. Why y'all didn't wake me up?
You done charred the
Why y'all
food.
didn't take me? They like
Don't you hate that when you cooking something and you fall asleep and everybody just sit there smelling it burning and don't nobody do
smelling
nothing?
it, and they're like, well, you're the macaroni connoisseur. We just leave you alone. You're doing your own thing, but So I was able to kind of mix it up and put my cheese and docker it up and kind of make it good for the fan. I mean, it's had the
I
pan
would have
half
been like,
gone.
y'all better eat all this macaroni.
The pan is half gone, so it wasn't a big thing.
Okay.
But to me, a perfectionist, I was upset, and I had some sauceless ribs in there. Now them were not savable. Now the sauceless ribs,
You said that it was not
they had
favorite.
to. Yeah. So, but it's always good with family, food, and
Yeah.
fun. So, my dad came from Cleveland to visit, so we just been rocking. We watched a couple movies,
Okay.
a couple scary movies.
Did you watch
So,
the Deliverance?
yeah. So we watched Deliverance, and we watched Quiet Place Day One with Lupita.
I need to watch that. I keep telling
You
people
need
I'm
to
gonna watch
watch
it,
it.
and it
Yeah.
pops up every time I turn the TV on, and I keep skimming past it. I've watched the Deliverance twice.
Have you? So I need to go back and watch it twice because I ain't gonna lie, I was a little tipsy, a little sleepy. So I was, I was watching with one eye. But
What do you remember most about it?
so first of all, the performance by Glenn Close. Glenn Close being a ratchet white Karen was not on my bingo card for the year. Okay. She was so funny. I loved her character. Her character was so funny, but her character is somebody we know. We know the lady like that. We know a white lady
Absolutely.
got some mixed kids that's in the hood,
So
So it
I'm
was
glad
just,
you said that, and not to cut you off, but I'm glad you mentioned. I'm glad you state the fact that she really represented somebody that all of us know, because there's all this hoopla right now about the fact that Lee Daniels
mhm.
said that she's
She was a fabric of our
representing the
community.
fabric
She
of the
is.
community, and a lot of people obviously agree, but then a lot of people are like up in arms because, but everybody
But
knows
this the
somebody like
same people that say Fat Joe and Pitbull ain't part of our community, and they are. Like
that.
these
Yeah,
are, first of all, Black culture has influenced other cultures, but we've also been influenced by other people as well.
absolutely,
And everybody know the ratchet white lady that got the mixed kids, that got the little wig, the little half wig. We all know her.
absolutely, absolutely.
My uncle had three white wives. Okay, a couple of them they was looking familiar. Okay, they was looking. I said, Auntie Franny, is that my Auntie Franny over there?
Absolutely, absolutely,
But
absolutely.
it just I like that character. I like that dynamic. Andra Day is an amazing actor.
Wasn't she?
She's an amazing actress, and she has worked. This was, but maybe her second or I want to say
Yeah,
third Lee
like
Daniels
she played
film.
Billy. She played Billie
Billie
Holiday.
Holiday.
I almost said Billy D. I'm stupid. She played Billy. She played Billie Holiday. So did you see that?
Yes, and she did really, really good.
And
So
see, I
I've seen
never
a
saw it.
couple. Oh no, it was really good. I've seen a couple Billie Holiday films, but she did really, really good. She's just an amazing actress. And then the children did really good. I know the oldest son is from
They
Stranger
did.
Things, but they did really, really good. I think it was and the funny thing is, I'm not a scary movie person. I get scared of killers and stuff. But
Right.
when you start bringing in possession and demons, that's when
Right.
I get the,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
so
it was like a modern day
it was
Exorcist
something
though.
that had me kind of very, yeah, it had me very weary in my soul. So I know a couple of us said we had to say our prayers real loud that
Yeah. I thought it
night.
was. I thought it was really good. Like, I'm not gonna front. I was confused. Like the first time I watched it, I was confused. Probably maybe the first half an hour to 40 minutes. Like, I mean, I obviously
Yeah.
understood some parts, but then I was confused on other parts. And like, the lady kept pulling up in the car, and I'm like, who is this lady or whatever? Does she work for DCS or do? And then when she came
Yeah.
out with the bat and was beating the car, I'm like, yeah, she from DCS. And then, once you really figured out who she was, then I think that kind of is what made everything else like really come through for me and for me to really like fully understand it. Then I was like really all in, like, okay, yeah, this shit good. Because they all kept having like little pivotal moments, like where they'll say something and like Monique kept saying shit, and I'm like, damn, and she's like, and your cockeyed mama.
That was so funny. And you know what? It was really interesting to see Monique as the social worker
Yeah,
because if you remember in Precious, we had parallel where she was talking to Mariah Carey as a social worker. She
Yeah,
was, since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing. That's my favorite quote. I love
yeah,
that Monique
yeah,
quote. So it was interesting to see her take on the other side, because a
yeah.
lot of times we see Monique in these dramatic, ghetto roles or whatever, and to see her be the professional, but she still was Monique. She still was cussing them the hell out. So
Absolutely,
I thought it was funny. Um,
absolutely. Um, there's a scene like remember the scene where did you see the scene where she was in the room with the boy and then he climbed up the wall?
she said he climbing up the. I didn't see the little boy climb up the wall. They just acting like, oh well,
Well,
like
there's a.
they just.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say there's a deleted scene where he actually attacks her,
I didn't know that.
and
See,
they
I
were
wasn't.
all on. I don't know what it was, but they were on something that I saw on maybe YouTube or Instagram, and Glenn Close was like kind of acted it out on the stage. As far as what happened and how Monique was crawling on the floor when he was attacking her or whatever. And I was like, now everybody wants to see that deleted scene because of
I bet
course,
they do, because it
yeah,
was
because of
already
course,
dramatic.
it cut out like as soon as she like really, she was looking at him up on the ceiling, and then it
I
just
wish
cut to the
we
next.
would have seen a little more of that, because would be freaking me out. But like, oh Jesus, he on the ceiling.
Yeah, but what actually has been even more interesting now is because this was based on a true story. So now the original
Right.
family, there's been video now surfacing of the original family and what happened and all of that kind of stuff, and interviews with them. So I think the movie was really good. Like I said, I've watched it twice already. Um, and yeah, I thought it was really good. I am going to catch Quiet Place though. I might actually watch that tonight since you mentioned it again because somebody else. It's funny. Somebody else mentioned it to me yesterday.
Yeah, so it was really, really good. And I'm gonna be honest, I fell asleep on the end of that too. Me and my dad fell asleep,
Yeah.
and we
The weird
he
thing
went
is, I
back and watched
usually
it.
always fall asleep on movies, and
And I
lately,
never do, but this weekend, listen, we was drinking a little sour, a little stress, just
yeah,
having a couple drinks. So,
yeah.
but the funniest thing is when me and my dad was talking about Quiet Place, we was talking about they would just leave us because we're too loud. First of all, I talk too loud. I'm deaf in one ear, so I'll be loud, 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 and my stomach be loud. Me and my dad's stomach be gurgling, growling. I will just tell people, just leave me, please. They're
I'd be
gonna
so
find
mad at
me. They're
y'all.
gonna
Yeah.
find me immediately. They're gonna find me immediately because I'm too damn loud. I be tripping. I be falling, dropping shit. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go on. My dad talking about I'm gonna be on the side of the aliens. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna point the people out to you. Like, I'm like, Dad, you a traitor.
Man, listen.
But there were some good movies that came out. Like, there were some other ones. One called The Killer. I know that what else came out? They got the Kung Fu Panda 4 out.
Okay. I
And
didn't know that was
then
coming.
Inside Out 2 is available for purchase. So now you, instead of going to the theaters, you can see Inside Out 2. So I think I'm gonna rent that.
I didn't even see
Um,
that one.
you didn't see the one? It's a James. And I'm a person, I watch Disney, Pixar, and cartoon movies like that. I don't even, my daughter, I'll be trying to tell her to sit down and watch it with me. I'm a big cartoon movie
Oh,
person.
it's funny because I Ubered this girl one day, and when they get in and you activate the ride, and it showed me that she was going to Valley View movie. I said, "Oh shoot, we going to the movies? What we going to see?" And she was like Inside Out 2. I was like, "Oh, that sounds scary. What's that about?" And she was like, "Oh, it's a cartoon." And I was like, "Oh."
It's, oh my gosh, so it's a really, really good movie, especially if you're somebody that deals with your emotions and things like that. So it's really about a little girl and she has different emotions in her head.
I'm like looking around
So
while you saying it,
right.
like
And
emotions.
see, yeah, so she, the first movie she have simple ones, joy and anger and fear, but then on two she, going through puberty, so she starts to get anxiety and embarrassment and depression and things like that. So I'm really excited to watch that because it's, especially if you want to know more about like what makes us tick, and how memories can have happy and sad effects, and
Yeah.
how, things like that can happen. So I'm excited to see the second version. I've heard good things. And then what else? Something else good came out. Oh, I know everybody's going crazy over the Deadpool versus Wolverine thing, so I will be going to see that.
Now
And
I
then
heard a lot about that too.
Alien,
Yeah.
Alien, everybody going crazy over Alien. So there's a lot of things. So especially because it's getting fall, it's getting a little windy out. You know, my favorite season. So it's definitely movie season. So I'm gonna be
This
going
your
to the
favorite
drive.
season?
It's my favorite season. I am a November baby, so I'm a fall baby.
Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense.
So but I love fall. I love the smells. I love the flavors. I love pumpkin spice. I love apples.
Ooh,
I love everything. What?
pumpkin
Pumpkin spice
spice.
latte? Are you kidding me?
Ooh, okay.
I like all of that. I mean, just everything. I love apple picking. I love going to the pumpkin patch. I love hay rides. I love dressing up. I love Halloween. Like,
Okay, I'm with you on the Halloween tip.
this is my season. Like, I literally feel so good. And then it's like, I do good. And then Christmas and then New Year's coming up. Like, oh shit, seasonal depression. Here we go. Like, you have fun. You have fun while it lasted.
I kind of want to go to you know how they decorate Cedar Point, like for Halloween
Halloween. So that's what I wanted to
or
do.
Halloween.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that for my birthday. So they're going later this year and they're going all the way to November 2nd, which they usually close down earlier. So my birthday is the 5th. So I'm thinking about that last weekend going and
I kind of
experiencing because
want
they're already changing. They're already changing things. If you guys don't know, the log ride that has the what is it, the bridge that you could stand on and get splashed, that's
yeah.
closed. That's closing down.
Oh, really?
And get in.
Well,
Yeah,
it
yep.
should because
That old ass mother. I don't right, but
I'm
it
like,
used to be
oh,
fun.
it really should. That slow
It
ride, yeah,
should. Yeah, it's really slow. The drop ain't don't be hitting like it used to.
yeah,
So
it's a
that has
good.
already it's been closed and they're said that it's getting moved for expansion. They're supposed to be open up some new rides next season. Also Top Thrill 1 has been closed indefinitely and Top Thrill 2 has been closed for the season. So if you thought you were going to ride the Top Thrill 2 like I thought for Halloween weekends, you will not because it's
So,
closed.
so what's the one that kept breaking in the beginning? That was two, wasn't
Yeah, both of them did. So the one kept doing it to where they took it down because it just kept doing it.
it?
And
Okay,
so now the two is facing the same thing, but it's not really a roller coaster. It's going really fast up, straight up.
yeah.
So it's just it has those issues where it kind of gets stuck. So they're still working through the kinks with that. So hopefully maybe next year I could ride it, but I'm excited. I definitely want to do some things. I'm watching movies and trying to figure out what I'm going to be for Halloween. I'm so excited. James, you dressing up this year?
Yeah, I think it's. I do want to go for Halloween. I think it's gonna be really,
I
really.
said, are you going to dress up this year? You going to get
Oh,
some
but
trick
you
or
see, I
treating?
skip over that because I do want to go for Halloween. I usually don't. Um, yeah, I usually don't. I can't even tell you the last time I actually dressed up for Halloween. Like I can't tell you. And it's crazy because I used to take Elijah trick or treating every year, but I just be me. I don't put on no costumes and all that stuff. I think maybe one year I may have bought like the Freddy Krueger mask and like all of that stuff. I
Mm.
think I kept taking the mask off because it was so hot, and I'm like, this shit hot. Like I,
I ain't playing no more games. I
I'm
have
a,
time for this. It's hot in here.
I'm a OD. I'm a party pooper. I'm a OD. So I probably won't. I'm quite sure I ain't. Yeah, I probably won't.
Everyone that knows me knows I love to dress up. I love a good theme party. I put a lot of effort into my costumes every year. Like last year, I was Ice Spice. So that was
Okay.
pretty fun. It took me a long time to get my hair to turn this orange, but it was an experience. But the
Okay.
funniest thing about the whole night is, so I got the
But you know
orange hair
what?
right
You
now.
and Tiffany are into Halloween because y'all dressed up. Yeah.
Always dress up. She dressed up too. So hopefully me and her can get together this year and go to some kind of party. But the funniest thing about me being Ice Spice is I thought I was so cute, right? I look at all the pictures. Why the heck is my whole back orange in every picture? Look like I'm sweating Gatorade. Like, why y'all didn't tell me to wipe my back off? Come on, y'all.
Listen.
I'm sitting here trying to twerk and I'm over here looking like a melted pumpkin. Why y'all didn't help me?
Um.
So yeah, be looking out for that. I know Tiff was saying something about maybe we'll do an episode where we'll all wear some masks or wear some stuff. I
I
already have
do.
been. I already have been shopping for Halloween.
I'll do it, and we should do that. I'll do it. I will definitely do it.
Ooh, I'm excited. So yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna have a Halloween episode, get real spooky up in here,
yeah. I would. I will. I will definitely do it. Just I will do it. So yeah, let's work on that. I definitely will do it, and I know Tiffany will be happy about that too.
Yes, because me and Tiff, we was dressing up the whole Christmas. We kept saying we was playing our reindeer games and we would wear our antlers and do our little prank. I was dancer, she was prancer. We was having a good time. Like, so
Yeah. No,
I know we're gonna do something for Halloween.
I definitely would do it. So yeah, we should definitely do that. So what we looking like on topics tonight?
Okay, so I know I just got done talking about, me dressed as Ice Spice. So that's gonna segue us into our first story. As it previously was reported earlier this year, Ice Spice and our queen Nicki Minaj had a falling out. Ice Spice had a friend that was given a tea. And so she now has another friend that has come out last night. The rapper Cleopatra. I don't know if you know, it's a young Cleopatra girl that raps with. She went on tour with Ice Spice. So I guess last night their tour obligations have ceased, and she let out all the tea about Ice Spice and how her dad ain't really black and she Mexican for real. She Dominican and
So in other words, she got put off the tour or something.
well, she said that she wasn't paid as much as she thought she would, and that Ice Spice promised to share her staff with her. And she had complaints because she couldn't, like, when they would go to city to city, she wouldn't carry her own bags, or she wouldn't, she expected Ice Spice security to be her security and all these things. And Ice Spice said, I gave you an opportunity to bring you on a tour. I'm not paying, these people get paid by the hour. I'm not paying them to do for you. So I kind of saw both sides of the story. And my thing is, I hate when people fall out as friends and then they start telling all the business. All the secrets start spilling, because I feel like you were never my friend. If it took something like that for you to spill all my secrets. So now people looking at and then the big one, she said Ice Spices are not Ozempic. So she said that is how Ice Spice has been shedding her infamous curves. Is she alleges that Ice Spice is on Ozempic and that the Ozempic is going through her brain right now. Oh, look at my best friend. This is my best friend Brittany that did my little braids today. Thank you, girl. She I told people if y'all really F with me, drop an emoji. So let's see. We got some flowers, we got some hearts and some kisses. Thank you for watching, bestie. She always comes on here. If she doesn't watch it the night of, she'll definitely watch it the night before. She'd be like, girl, you didn't tell me about such and such. And she loved the hot topics. Like, I love my best friend. She always listen. We was dishing hot topics today when we was together. So but yeah, so like me and my best friend been friends for years. And if we didn't got mad at each other or whatever happened, we ain't never went and I'm about to go, tell the business, or I'm gonna go tell her deepest, darkest secrets. It's just not okay. Hey, Mama Cat.
Yeah, it's definitely, I definitely see a big problem with that. Like, to me, it mean that you never really was friends with the person in the first place, and it's like you just was there for what you could get out of
it. So yes, so they're alleging that Ice Spice is clone. Have you seen her massive weight loss?
I haven't. Because you know what, I gotta get better with this. Like you just did get me on the sexy red. Like I don't really know too much about Ice Spice. It's like the music, like today's music. It take a lot for me to really start digging into it and like to get to know the people and all of that kind of stuff. I'm working on that. I got to do better.
Yeah. So that's why I'm here to bring you, the little young stories.
I gotta
and she said, yes, they talking about Usher too. We need the tea. Okay, so let's segue into our dog Usher. See, look, she needs to be on here. And this is the one person I said, well, we're gonna start having some people on here to talk about hot topics. Brittany, you gotta come on because she stayed like me. That's why we best friends. See,
that's what's up.
Okay, so you guys know Usher has been setting off on his world tour.
Right.
He was supposed to start in Atlanta, but he ended up postponing his Atlanta concert because he supposedly injured his neck
Right.
while practicing. So he didn't open up in ATL. I think they opened up in DC. And so a lot of the DC patrons were mad and wanting their money back. And you want to know why? They alleged that Usher was taking breaks during the concert and he had a body double on stage.
Oh,
He had somebody.
I didn't hear that.
He said he had somebody, and they said, "Wait a minute, that's not looking like Usher's moves. Usher a little more smooth with it." They said the dude was not a good body double. They said it was looking like,
And
and
this
they
was in
said the
DC,
dude.
you said?
This was in DC and other legs across the tour. They have been saying that Usher has either been cloned or he's been using this stand-in body double situation to perform because he's hiding the fact that he's actually more hurt than what he originally let on.
Oh,
So
that's interesting. That's interesting. Wow, I really hadn't heard that.
yeah, a lot of people haven't. They've been like the story has been buried. I've really heard the story more on the radio than print
Okay.
media. So I heard originally on Ricky Smiley, Gary with the T,
Okay.
had the story first, and then people have been talking about it. But it's really been on Facebook and word of mouth type of thing. I don't know if you know Beyonce and Usher have these massive teams that help them, with their media presence. So I'm not sure how this story has been buried, but I have heard allegedly from multiple sources and from videos that Usher has been using a body double during his
That's
tour.
interesting. I
So
would like to
yeah.
see I would like to see how that pans out. Like if it turns out to be true, or that's interesting. I hadn't heard anything about that, and I usually hear about a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, so they said people wanted their tickets back. People were upset,
Yeah.
and they said that it would be different if and they said that he was doing it while he had several outfit changes. So they were saying, if you really were that hurt, you maybe should have slowed down on the production and maybe just focused on, because real fans, we like the production and stuff, but we really here for the talent and singing. So they were saying, maybe if he would have scaled the show back, we're not expecting. I think he's trying to outdo himself from his Vegas residency. And you guys know, we do have friends to the show. Maria Jade was the Usher bad girl on his residency. So we are going to be having her on Cat Got Your Tongue podcast. So she might be able to shed, some light about Usher's tour and what's really, how it really goes on. So I'm definitely interested to pick her brain. So make sure you guys, and we're looking at about a month of my show coming out. Cat Got Your Tongue. And
Okay.
I will be having all
Nice plug.
I will
Nice
be
plug.
having all the tea for you to sip on for your tongue, okay? The flavor on your tongue. So yeah, that is just something crazy going on with Usher. Let me see. So now we have I don't know if you ever watch 1,000 Pound Sisters. Have you ever saw that show on TLC?
I have not.
So it is the Slayton sisters, Tammy and Amy Slayton. And I love that show. They be on there, they two big old sisters, and they be arguing, and they real country and white, and they're really the bread and butter of TLC right now. So it has been alleged that Amy Slayton, which is the younger sister, has been charged and arrested at a zoo with drug possession and child endangerment charges at the safari park in Tennessee. So on Labor Day, she was arrested. They have reports of a guest being bit by a camel. So she was actually being attacked by a camel, and the old nasty camel bit her, and she fell down. He bit her, and she
I can't
fell
with you.
down.
I can't with
Fell
you.
down, and they said they came to help her up. The police came and they said, "What's that smell? Have y'all been partaking in some activities over here?" So they said that they smelt an odor of some plant life. They some little cushy ushy. They had a little smell on them. So they ended up, because they were at the park, they ended up searching her, and they said that she had level 1 and level 2 contraband on her. They have not said what. So basically they're saying that allegedly what I'm reading in the comments and for what people are saying is that it was a little bit of grass and maybe some Xanax or something. It was not hard drugs. It wasn't any needles or anything like that. So all our 1,000 Pound Sister fans, don't get too scared. Our girl wasn't too far deep into it. You know, they like the party, but she wasn't I guess she wasn't partying that hard. She was just having a little vacation. But we do not have reports on what led to the child endangerment charges. I know the children were with her, but we don't know in what capacity, she got those charges.
How long has this show been coming on?
I want to say about 5-6 years. It's been on for a while, so it kind of replaced Mama June and them. They like a good country bumpkin over there on TLC. So the sisters, like, they went through, because they both went through weight loss surgery. The one ended up having 2 kids after her surgery, so it's been on for a long, because they've had these journeys for a while. The older sister lost about 800 pounds. Okay. So she over there melting like her skin is just, she's dang near melted. And she was the one that was the partier. So it's crazy that the sister, that this is the responsible one. This one, the one that was married, had the children, but she is going through a divorce, so that may have attributed it to what's going on in her life. But the Slayton sisters, hope y'all get it together. Amy, I love me some Amy. She been going on the last season, she was cussing everybody out, going through postpartum and stuff. So, that may attribute to what's going on. But yeah, it's kind of unheard of. But you know what? It is a pattern on TLC where these people get charges and, they be having all kind of crazy stuff. And a lot of times they end up losing their show. Let's not forget John and Kate +8 and Mama June and, even the 19 Kids and Counting. Remember the Mormons and so it just was real interesting that happened.
You see my message up there?
No, I did not. Oh, okay, cool. So we'll get into some more deeper topics later. James, I'm gonna throw it to you.
Okay. Okay. So as I was saying at the start of the show, we have a really amazing guest on. We have a really amazing guest on tonight. Really good opportunity. I've been able to really listen to a lot of his music now. I didn't realize that he had so much music, but we're connected on social media. So, he has a lot of like reels and, just different posts up of him singing different songs and whatnot. And then he recently released a new single. So actually, if anybody had checked out my Instagram, then they saw the post that I put on there where I had the single or a clip of the single playing on there. But the new single is titled Stay. It actually dropped last Friday on all streaming platforms. So, just in, really digging into his music and kind of looking him up online, it became clear to me that he's been out here and he's really been pushing for quite a bit. And he's got a lot of music that is really out there. A lot of it, I use iTunes. So a lot of that music is on iTunes. He's had an album before, and he's definitely, he's been out here. He's really been pushing, but he's also gone through some struggles. So I thought it would be really good to get him here on the show, and then definitely give him the opportunity to talk about his music, and then talk about his struggle that he's had and how he's been coming back from that, because he's actually doing really, really good. And it's good to to see the single out there and samples Jodeci, and the connection there. So I thought it was pretty dope. But all of that said, I want you guys to help us to welcome Vante onto the show. Let me see how I can. I may have to change our setup a little bit to. Let's see. Let's see what we got there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring him up. What's up, sir?
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Hi.
Doing good. It's really, really good to have you on the show. I just want to change something real quick.
No problem. It's good to be here.
Before we really, really, really get started. All right, there we go. So what's going on, man?
Just taking it day by day, man.
Listen, man, I thought this would be really, really cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it's been that we've been connected on social media. Well, I just connected to your Instagram today, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long we've been connected on Facebook. But obviously, you put all these reels up every day.
Yeah, every
And
day I just
you
try
hit
to
the
like,
songs, and I'm like,
yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Like, okay, okay, he really doing something. And then when you said you was dropping the single, and I know you had been kind of pushing it on your page for about 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Once it dropped, I'm like, I always like to support people, so I went on and downloaded the single, and I'm
What's
listening,
up?
and I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. Like I'm usually real, real critical or like heavily critical with like up and coming artists and new
Right.
artists. As I'm listening, I'm damn, like, damn, this sounds good. Like this is really, really good. I like the song, man.
I appreciate it.
I definitely want you to talk about it. The single is titled "Stay," which I've obviously told everybody. But even before you get into that, kind of
Mm-hmm.
introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
Well, Vante. I'm Dub Vante Reed, but I go by Vante.
Okay.
And I've been doing music for forever. I
Yeah.
grew up kind of the whole church background,
Yeah.
singing in church and things like that. And dad's side of the family do music, so it's just been kind of like embedded in me to kind of do it. Um, I do writing. I'm into acting and stuff here, whatnot. And right now it's just kind of like me just kind of relaunching and rebranding under like a new, just kind of just like a new, just really working on my image and like perfecting that
I get it.
and being focused more and driven on actually who do I want people to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I go any further, I want to introduce you to my co-host too. I should have did that.
Hmm.
This is Cat Queen up at the top.
Hi, nice to
Hey,
meet you.
nice to meet you.
So yeah, I think it's really good, man. Like I can tell that definitely by listening to the music, but then just seeing all of the things that you're doing. Like I could tell that like
Hmm.
you know what you're doing, just as far as like trying to get your image together and trying to get the marketing together, and
Hmm.
actually promoting it and doing your posts and all of that stuff. Like what got you started in music, and like how did you start to learn all of the different things that go into obviously putting a project out and
Gotcha.
getting it to the fans.
Well, I started off, I actually got signed to a label in Atlanta when I was 21.
Okay.
And I didn't know what I was doing. So you kind of like you learn from, like your setbacks and stuff. So like I really had to learn the hard way. They brought me on as a writer, and the way they kind of brought me on, it just like I was so excited to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't get the money that I was supposed to be getting. I did, see a lot of people. I, build the clientele and everything from the people I was working with, but it wasn't the right thing for me. And the more that I saw that, and was once I got out of it, I started just really focusing on why do I really want it, and really kind of just turning it around, because it was a lot, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what
Yeah.
what was what do you feel like was your biggest takeaway from being with that label, or what do you feel like the biggest thing was that you learned from it?
The biggest takeaway I get is just actually you need to just read everything. You have to understand that just because you presented with money, you got to pay a lot of that stuff back, and and you know what I mean. Like you really think you kind of own and you popping, type of stuff, and it's just like it's a humbling thing now to kind of like just realize that it could all be gone just like in a blink of an eye, and just
Absolutely,
like it was for me. So
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah, I learned a lot.
No, I think that's dope. You want to jump in there, Kat?
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you about that. So when you left that contract, were you free to work on your own stuff? Like, were you not like how they have like non-complete clauses and stuff like
Hmm.
that? Were you able to like jump back out there, or did you kind of have to fight the good fight first?
I had to fight the good fight, and it's still a lot of music that I released under them that I can't no longer use, and even my name, like I was kind of going by D Smooth, which is,
Yeah,
like I said, I was in my younger days, but I couldn't go by that anymore. They owned that, and a lot of songs that I did, I that are still like that hasn't been out. I ain't seen them use it with them artists. I'm like, this still has potential, but I can't do nothing with it. So it
Hmm.
just is what it is.
right.
That seems like a familiar story that we hear,
Yeah,
especially with talented people. I feel like they sometimes feel like if I can't push you to stardom, I'm gonna keep you down here. Like I'm gonna keep your songs. I'm gonna keep, I'm not really gonna do too much, for you and stuff like that. How do you feel? How did that like affect your spirit and your like willingness to keep in the music business?
You know what? At first, it kind of put me down, but then I always remember like my granddad would always just tell me, it was like, you have the talent for a reason. Like, you are the talented person. Right now, it's important for me to kind of like, build the recognition. So that's why a lot of times with me like not having the marketing and stuff that I had then, and with me kind of just some would call it overpost, and I'm really just trying to get myself out there because
Right.
I can just do it just like that. It's easy for me. It's one of my passions. So like, if I'm feel as though like I'm letting, giving people away some, my material, I can always, do more material. So like that's just kind of got me now to just keep pushing myself out there, putting myself in people's face.
And
Right. I as a person, as a content creator, I have a problem with that. It's like, oh my God.
Hmm.
I wake up and I'm like, ah, dang, I didn't post my reel yet.
Hmm.
I didn't put the right hashtag, or I didn't tag the right, it's people don't understand that is grueling work. It's not that
Yeah.
simple as just making a video. I done edited a whole video and something went wrong, and I had to do the whole thing, and it almost brought me to my tears,
yeah,
to my knees. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
oh man, So I definitely understand that. And what you said earlier about your deal, have you ever seen that? It's a video of Young Thug, and he was like, "When I signed my first deal, I signed the worst deal in the world. I just need the platform." Um, so
Oh yeah,
did
yeah,
you
yeah.
feel like so do you feel like you did accomplish a lot with the opportunity you were given, even though it may not have went in the right ways? Do you feel like you utilized it, by making those connections?
Most definitely, yeah. A lot of those connections that a lot of people that were with, that were kind of working with the label, like the artists and everything like that. They kind of saw a lot of the things that I saw too, and I was thinking that, it really was just me. But a lot of times it was, a lot of people were just kind of just hurt,
yeah,
by
Hmm.
that whole industry. Like I think it's, stay independent, but that's, what I mean.
right.
That's a whole nother thing, but it's cutthroat.
Yeah,
And you kind of learn that everybody is kind of like, sneaky in their own way. So but at the same
yeah,
time you can benefit off, there's certain people now, so you can kind of like trust and kind of build some common ground with.
right. Now, I think that definitely it makes perfect sense. Like, what's your thought process now? Like, obviously, as you're back out here and you're pushing forward, like, would you sign with another label, or what are your thoughts on just remaining independent?
Yeah, my thoughts is to just kind of remain independent. Unless it would be something of me kind of doing my own thing under like, a
Right,
different umbrella.
right.
But it would have to, what I mean, like the paperwork and all that stuff would have to
Yeah,
just be
like maybe a
understood.
distribution deal or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, something like that. Because I do want to kind of be in a large setting, like, kind of like the opportunity that I was given, but just under my own protection and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I think that makes perfect sense. And then when you really think of where things are today, like the artist stands to, obviously achieve more and earn more if they're,
Hmm.
if they're independent. But then, obviously it takes a lot of work to
Right.
make that happen too. So you have to be somebody that's strong minded just in terms of getting that work done and remaining
Hmm.
focused and, all of that stuff and investing in yourself and, that sort of thing.
Right.
No, I think that's definitely really, really dope. Talk about this new single, "Stay."
Well, stay. I'm the Vante swing, but no. It has some Jodeci references, but at the same time, I want to start bringing back like R&B music that it's still gonna make you pop, but it's gonna be meaningful and have like some substance. And
Yeah,
stay, it's kind of really taking a flip of the old version of Stay, where he was just kind of like pretty much, begging and pleading, for, what I mean, for a
yeah,
turnaround in his relationship. And I kind of just really just kind of did the same thing but my way. And you know what I mean, some situations I did in the past with past relationship,
yeah,
and kind of just flipped it and kind of made it to where it's kind of like in the now.
yeah. No, I thought it was, at the first listen, I mean, it definitely grabbed me in the first listen. And I'm
Hmm.
gonna keep it all the way funky. Like I'm a little biased. Casey and JoJo are my cousins, so
Okay.
listening to the song, I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, okay,
Hmm.
this is it. And then just, obviously that's a really good song to really pull off of.
Yeah.
Just listening to your lyrics and what you're representing with the song, I thought it was pretty good.
Hmm.
Um, is there like, I guess what I'm asking, like, are you working on a full length album, or are you just kind of putting singles out there right now? Or
Yes, I'm working on a full length album, but I am still just putting singles out there, still to kind of just try to build that buzz. I still want to take my time with like a release date for like a full body project, just to kind of still like just kind of test, because music is so like up and down at what kind of people are interested in. I don't want to take, kind of just soak into what people are doing just to do it. But I just kind of still want to just get people, that certain fan base that's familiar with me and will support me, to put out a full project. So right now I'm just been testing like different singles and stuff and kind of going from there.
have you found it have you found it stressful in any way, or has it kind of been a good thing for you, just in terms of when you're putting music together, kind of versus what music is out there now and what the musical landscape looks like and sounds like right now?
Um, I guess to answer that, it is a little frustrating, because then you kind of like, it'll be certain stuff that I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna post this. I really don't like it, but I bet you this is what's gonna get a whole bunch of traction,
Right,
and it end up doing that.
right,
So it's kind of like still just kind of manipulating the system a little bit to kind of still not sell yourself short, but just kind of give a little bit to kind of get a good return.
right. So obviously there's some influence, from, I would say, like the '90s culture, and
Yeah.
obviously Jodeci and that type of thing. But like,
Mhm.
who are the people out, whether they're past, whether they're current, that are influential to you right now, just in terms of your process of putting your music together?
Okay, yeah. Actually, I love Sam Cooke,
Yeah,
Alicia Myers.
yeah,
If she is so, man, she's so
yeah.
dope. Prince, of course. Usher, kind of like the older Usher, not but Summer Walker is cool. I love her versatility, and a lot of gospel too. I listen to a lot of gospel music. I mean,
Okay,
even though I do R&B, but I do gospel too. So a lot of gospel artists like Marvin Sapp, Fred
okay,
Hammond. So
yeah. Kat, you want to jump in? Uh-oh, you. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm having a little technical difficulties right here. Y'all continue.
you all good.
Oh, okay, I got you. So yeah, no, I think it's definitely dope. Timeline, like, where I guess, how long do you feel like you wanna, like, when do you feel like you really want to try to have a project out there?
I want to have a project out by my 33rd birthday in April. That is the goal now. So like it give me time to kind of like play with some more singles, and then kind of go from there like
Yeah,
really hard on pushing it. Yeah.
yeah. No, I think that's
Hmm.
definitely dope. So now, obviously, I'm, looking through social media and obviously keeping up with you. There's a lot more for you to celebrate outside of this new music. You post every day about
Yeah.
how long you have been sober. Kind of talk about,
Yes.
obviously you sharing that journey and, just the whole process,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm 91 days sober today.
which is
As of
amazing.
today. Yeah, and counting. So it's really just like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
It's like really just thinking of times I wake up and just be like kind of just intoxicated, and
yeah,
what I mean, just not really in the now, like what I mean, just kind of like really that saying when you just like existing, you're not really like even living. And that's honestly how I was feeling just a lot of times. Like I would be just so just out of there. Sometimes I didn't even wake up. You know what I mean? I lost focus on a lot of things. I fell into like this depressive state, and
yeah,
it wasn't a good look for me, and I had to finally decide on just changing my life, because
yeah,
if not, you know what I mean, I really would have really could have just killed myself with all
yeah,
the alcohol I
yeah.
consumed. Yeah,
Now I think it's definitely a story, and it's a journey that so many people, so many people can relate to, and it
yeah,
resonates with a lot of people, whether it's them or whether it's somebody in their family. And obviously nobody's perfect, and we all go through all kinds of stuff,
right.
and just different things will kind of lead us in that direction. So kudos to you, because
Thank you.
it takes a lot to, obviously get in that mind state and have that mindset to say, okay, I'm gonna stop and this is it. And to really stick with it. Like 91 days is like one day is no
Right,
easy feat. So like you're
right.
at 91 days, like really, really salute to you. Like I love the fact that you post this every day and you say this,
Hmm.
this how many days I've been sober, and
Hmm.
like that's encouraging to somebody else who's trying to, get to that space and, get to a place where, they can stop and really have the willpower and the want. Like what do you feel it was that ultimately got you to that space of saying like this is it, like I gotta stop?
Well, yeah, I was in the hospital from like dehydration,
Okay.
and it just was like one of those things. The doctor had told my mom, had she not brought me in, like, the limit, I forgot what the amount of limit it was, but it was very, very, very high, like over the intoxicated limit.
Yeah.
If she had brought me back, I could have, not, lived basically, you know what I
Right.
mean, from,
Yeah.
from really being that far gone.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like passed out just in my house, and she, she came in and saw me like that, rushed me to the hospital. And for me being in there, that was like the wildest like hangover like I've ever experienced, because it's kind of like even after I got out the hospital, I felt like I was just like drunk still for like a month, type of thing. It was,
Yeah.
yeah, I really, really beat myself up. And from there, I was like, I got to change. I can't be doing this.
No, I think it's really amazing to see you in the place that you are now. Like, what does it do for you now to think back to those days when you were in that state?
Man, it makes it really, it fuels me now. It gives me so much energy to kind of think about where I was then, and me not wanting to do anything. Like now I'm, making sure I'm getting myself active. A lot of times, even like I'm really like shy, and like, you know what I mean, I'm kind of becoming to get over that, because it's kind of like I used to kind of put on like Vante, once was intoxicated, so it's easier to kind of be that artist that people expect.
Right.
But
Right.
really getting to know me as Devante, as just like, the person I am, is it's still like one of those challenges, but it's a good challenge, because it's kind of like I'm actually getting to understand who I am, because really under that the influence of alcohol, I really didn't know what was going on half the
Yeah.
time.
How did how do you feel like your music helped you, or do you feel like music kind of helped you in any way, just in terms of wanting to kind of move forward?
Yeah, well, yeah, music. Like as of now, the stuff that I'm doing now and wanting to do now with how I personally feel, it's definitely giving me reason to want to give that side of it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, a lot of the music that I put out was, I just kind of thought that that's what people wanted to hear, and I just was like, that's what's going to trend
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But now I'm really getting to know like me as a person, and that's what I
Right.
want people to see me as
Yeah.
a person.
Well, what I can definitely say about this single, and what I feel like is really going to do for people when they listen to it is like you can feel the authenticity, and you can feel that like you're being yourself, and
Hmm.
obviously that's what a lot of people really look for in music now. Like so much music sounds the same, and you have a lot of people who are trying to sound like what's out there and what's hot, and people are really in that state where they're afraid to be themselves because they think it's not going to be accepted. So it
Hmm.
says a lot when you can put something together and you're just willingly being yourself and being authentic and giving people who you are. And I think that's what makes it stand out to me. I would imagine that's what's going to make it stand out to a lot of other people as well.
Sir, I appreciate that.
Yeah. How you doing down there,
Absolutely.
Kat?
I'm a little, my connection a little weary. So I ain't trying to impede in y'all conversation.
Oh no, you good.
Y'all can hear me. I'm not all messed
I
up,
hear you.
staticky.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I did want to say thank you for sharing your journey. Um, it's hard for, I feel like, people our age to kind of open up about that because everything is about party, party, party.
Right.
And it's less feelings and more numbing, and less putting yourself out there, and less, everybody just so afraid, and they numbing themselves. They're so scared to
Hmm.
feel their feelings and express them. So definitely want to thank you for being one of those people that's doing that.
No problem.
And so where are you from? Where are you located in? Talk more about how that influenced your music.
Okay, yeah. I'm from originally from Detroit, Detroit, by way of Omaha, Nebraska. I now live in Dallas, Texas. So a little bit of
Okay.
everywhere.
So you, so you got a lot of influence from a lot of
Yeah,
places.
yes, ma'am.
Now you said, look,
Oh,
before you take it further, you said by way of Omaha, Nebraska. That's what is that where you were born at, or
And I was born in Detroit, but then
oh, so you were born in Detroit and then
yeah,
okay,
lived in
yeah,
Nebraska, yeah.
okay.
But
Now
like,
how that happened?
everybody was like Nebraska, just Nebraska, you know what I mean? But it got some all right things. All right things
Okay,
about itself. But
okay.
yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
Nebraska. How that happened?
It's one of them things that it's kind of like it really kind of don't go with the image, but it's the truth. But
Yeah.
so
No, that's
yeah,
cool though.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Ken.
But then, like you were saying too, I wanted to just kind of like highlight on that, like when you're talking about, people aren't really just trying to be open with they
Right.
feelings. Like I really been strongly like getting, with me kind of going through this sobriety. I've been going to counseling and stuff like that. Me being just a black man alone, you know what I mean. It's just kind of like it's been really good for me to just kind of open up because kind of like even in my household we just like we always everything was like don't tell nobody nothing that we going through struggling type of stuff, so it's
hmm
been easier now to kind of really be open and honest and vulnerable with people, and that's what I want to give people as a man because people don't like to see that, they think it's soft, and I don't think so.
Right.
Right. I think that's a problem in the Black community as a whole. What goes on in this house stays in this house, and I think
Hmm.
that people think that it's generational curses, but it's stuff that was learned and taught, and this trauma was taught, and I love that people are trying to undo that
Hmm.
and make themselves better. So I'm a big advocate for counseling and therapy and things like that. So it's really refreshing to hear someone, especially a Black man,
Hmm.
talk about things like that. And so
Absolutely.
getting in touch with your emotions and things, did that make it easier for you to write new music?
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of like really laying it out there, like dealing with my counseling and stuff like that. See, at first I was just kind of still kind of like just reserved, kind of still thinking. It took me like to go to therapy to like realize that, I am like really like my own person, my own adult, like, still kind of like, I don't know if y'all can just understand like just being like a church kid and like still like I'm 30, but I'm still like, okay, what will my mom think about this type of situation? I was like that. So it's like one of them things
Right.
where it's like, dang, I mean, I can make my own decisions. I have to be, it's okay for me to like, you know what I mean? Go, expose what I want to expose and you know what I mean? Just be open and be like that. So it's been helpful. I
Well,
learned a
look,
lot about myself
when I
thus
say I
far.
get that, like I'm 47 and I'm like, okay, what's mommy gonna think or what's mommy gonna
Yeah.
say or like I think a lot of it just depends on how you're raised and obviously that setting or whatever. And for some
hmm
people, like that never goes away. Um,
Hmm.
that never goes away. Like I still fear my mother smacking the crap out of me.
Right.
So I'm like, I get it. I get it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I thought I cut you, cat. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was waiting on you. And so, if someone said describe your music, like how would you describe someone that never heard your sound? What would you say?
It's definitely just gonna just take you on a journey of just kind of like the chronicles of my life. That's where I just really just want to come from. I wouldn't necessarily base it on really just anything because I'm just putting it all out there what I'm going through, and I just want to help somebody by what I'm going through and just being honest about it, about
Mhm.
everything that I'm going through. So it's gonna go. I'm gonna be happy and going through it, maybe what I mean in my upbeat up tempo era, but I'm also gonna expose when I've been hurt, and type of things like that. I just want to kind of really just put that all together and just kind of sum up like who I am and just kind of just growing, just show that growth.
Okay. So like what genres do you like to jump into? Do you like to change? You know, I know people that like to go from R&B to country to rock,
Hmm.
you know, like the what kind of influences do you have with other you know, genres of music?
Gotcha. Well, of course, gospel. But I do a little bit. I kind of can. I've been doing like some country and stuff now too, where it's a little bit more singer songwriter kind of feel. So I guess one would kind of put that like in a country category. But like I even like doing some rapping and stuff too. But I kind of still want to kind of keep it, close knit on like more of the R&B focus, well, with an emphasis on just kind of like really just that singer songwriter kind of category, to where it's kind of can it can kind of go there.
And so who would be your dream collab if you could collab with anybody, living or dead, your dream, like my dream person, who would you make a song with?
My dream person. It would be Prince, of course. Prince, that'll be
I
like,
knew you was gonna like that, cat. I got
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Come on, Prince. And the funny thing is, that is a very popular answer. Like people love Prince. I
I
didn't know
mean, he's
people love
so
Prince like
talented. He plays everything. He writes for
that.
everybody. So it'll be like him and her, like her would be dope too.
Mhm.
Because she's so talented. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
And
yeah.
she's
I've been,
heavily influenced by
By
Prince
Prince,
too.
yeah.
So,
yeah,
like
she's
the way you could
heavily
tell the
influenced.
way she play her guitar, that is, she got that Prince swag to her. You know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, she's heavily influenced by him. Janelle Monae is heavily influenced by him. Of
Hmm.
course, Alicia Keys is heavily like he's influenced a lot of people of like our day and time, and then like even younger kids of today. Like I think what I'm starting to like is even when I talk to a lot of younger kids now, or younger adults, I'll say, 19, 18, even 17, 16, like a lot of them know who Prince is, and of course they know who Michael Jackson is. And it's crazy because I had somebody, because obviously I'm out Ubering a lot, so I had somebody in the car the other day who was probably 16 or 17, and she's like, "Hey, can I hook my phone up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I'm thinking I'm gonna be listening to just
Sexy
some
red.
rapper. I ain't gonna front like I'm not gonna front like she didn't have some of that on there. But then all of a sudden it flipped to Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, and then it flipped to actually Prince, and it flipped to some other people, and I'm like, a lot of kids nowadays, like they really are eclectic when it comes to music, and
Mhm.
like they know a lot of these people, and they know people like Prince. Like Prince has influenced a lot of people.
Well, I think people crave real music.
Absolutely.
Right.
But I feel like there was a time where they kind of really wasn't. Like a lot of people were just putting
Hmm.
anything, kind of putting anything together. If I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Well, I told you I just went to a Prince versus Michael Jackson party, and it was kids younger than me. I'm like, what
Yeah,
y'all doing in here?
yeah, yeah. A lot of them know about it. Like when
Hey
when you
CJ, I wanted to give a shout
taste,
out to CJ. CJ in the room. Hey
absolutely.
CJ, how you doing?
Um, when you think of, because I think that music is healing to so many people. Like even with me and like situations that I'm going through, like a lot
Mm.
of times, like music, the right music can pull me out of it. Uh,
Right.
But see me, when I'm depressed, I like to listen to sad music, make myself even sadder.
I mean, I mean, like even like, and it's funny you say that, because like even in, like with some recent stuff going on, like I kind of found myself listening to like some of the slower songs from Mariah Carey on the Butterfly album. And I,
Yeah.
I listen to like a lot of slower and sadder songs too. But
Mhm.
when you think of kind of like all of the people who you feel have influenced you, or just music that you have loved over the years, who do you feel has been the most healing to you, like through your situations and through life's, traumas and different things like that? Who musically would you say has been healing to you?
Healing to me.
Now, I pulled that out the woodwork, but what?
I would say, dang, you making me think some. Cause yeah, I'll be kind of listening
And you
to
said you're influenced by gospel too, so it could be a gospel artist. It could be
yeah.
Absolutely,
anyone,
it
you
could be a
know.
gospel
Mhm.
artist too, because I mean I listen to a lot of even gospel artists now, like Leandra Johnson.
Mhm.
Um, and you know, like a lot of their stuff, like it'll really start hitting me now, and I'm starting to hear
Right.
gospel songs from people who have been out here for years that I've never heard of them before, and now
Right.
it's like, wow, like this is really, really dope.
Well, yeah, I would say James Fortune and Zacardi Cortez is
Okay,
definitely always on my playlist when I'm like feeling down, or you know what I mean, or really just been kind of just keeping me uplifted and things like that. Would be them two for sure.
yeah. I think that's really, really dope. What do you want your mark to be as an artist?
What do I want my market to be?
What do you want your mark to be? Like, what's the mark that you feel like you want to make in this industry?
Well, my mark is to really just be just exposing vulnerability and honesty when it comes to just being a real person. You know what I mean? Everybody see the whole behind the scenes, like the money and all of that stuff, and like not get to really identify who people are as a person. I'm like now how people are getting these platforms to where they can really just be themselves,
Yeah,
and people still aren't really doing that, and I want to kind of be the person that really does that, and just kind of been like, just like with even me starting videos. Honestly, when I started the little sobriety video, I had did it because it's kind of like, my family and stuff was just kind of like really on my back about what I was doing. They would kind of really think that I'm going back to it if I'm not answering the phone, because I'm just kind of like one of them people that's really to themselves, and I'm
yeah,
trying to like overcome that too, and kind of like really identify who I want to be in like a social setting without drinking and stuff like that. So I
absolutely.
put the first video out, was just like, okay, this is what I'm doing, why you worried about it, I'm this many days sober. And then people start messaging me and was like, that's so good that you're doing that, because I'm trying to do it myself. And then it's
Yeah,
just, I just started, like, honestly, it didn't start, like, I think I really just started like on the 46th or 47th day. And then
yeah.
from there, I just started doing, I was just doing that really just out of spite for, like, people that just want to leave me alone. And then now it just became something bigger than that.
I think it's cool that, again, I think it's cool that you've been doing that, but
Hmm.
actually pulling something out of what you just said, I like the fact that you said people were coming to you and saying that, I like the fact that you're doing that because it's helping me.
Yeah.
And I think that so many artists are like highly influential to so many people, but
Mm.
they never really realize it. Like they don't really have the opportunity to see how much they're affecting people's lives and how much they're helping other people like through their journey and through the things that's happening with them. I got a whole platform that's really designed to connect with artists and celebrities and whoever it is to kind of make them aware of what it is that they're doing for people and how people are, how people are succeeding because of them or how people are moving ahead or moving forward and that kind of thing. Like I think that's something that people really need to know. And then it makes you want to continue doing it, I would
Right.
imagine, because you realize that it's really helping somebody.
Right.
It's so many people going through that very thing, and it's interesting that we talk about you sharing your journey because I was just reading a post actually on Instagram of a meteorologist who I know because I actually used to work with her some years ago,
Hmm.
and she shared her journey, and she ended up getting fired because of the fact that she's sharing her journey and going to
Hmm.
AA and like all of that stuff, and
Hmm.
it kind of
That's
sucks.
wrong.
That's crazy.
Obviously, it's a whole story behind it. So
Hmm.
part of it is that the things that we do have consequences and all of that kind of stuff. But on the same token, you can't just bury somebody and just
Right.
that sort
Like
of
their
thing.
identity, basically. Yeah, that's
Yeah, but
crazy.
nevertheless, it just kind of goes to show that the things that you do and like what you're doing is sharing your journey and letting somebody else know
Mhm.
what you went through and what you're going through and how you're coming back from it and how you're succeeding now, how you're doing well, and then people can see your success with the single and getting your music out there and you singing and happy on Facebook all the time. Like
Mhm.
that's really, really dope, man. And it's helping so many people. So kudos to you. Like seriously, like really, really kudos to you. That really was a lot of why I wanted to get you on the podcast because
Mhm.
that's really what this podcast is about: is bringing people on and celebrating the people who are doing this for other people and who are helping to uplift us and build us and push us to the next level and get us to where we feel like we want to be. Like we,
Mhm.
you know, we want this. We say we want this kind of content, but nobody's really putting it out there. So
Right,
that's what we really try to do with this podcast. And then obviously you have to single out there. And
right.
I said I think it's really, really dope. I'm looking for a full album. Like keep giving us singles, but
Yes,
I
sir.
need a full I need a full album.
Most
And
definitely.
like even with the older music, like I know you were saying that it's not really a whole lot that you can necessarily do with it now. Like, is that kind of like a permanent thing, or because you hear so much now with even the major artists and how they have
Mhm.
music out there and they don't necessarily own the rights to it, but then after so many years it reverts back to them and that kind of like is it kind of that same thing or is it just really a wash?
It's a wash. And then
Oh,
some of that music anyway, honestly, it's not identifying who I am today.
I got you.
So yeah, I'm on to the next with it.
Yeah, I got
I
you.
was gonna say put you gotta put a little yachty and just say it leaked.
Absolutely. But I like the fact too that despite anything and despite what issues may have occurred or what issues you had, with the last situation and prior music, like you're in that state of mind of just moving forward and just letting all that go, and
Yeah,
you still out here pushing. Like it's so many artists who need to see that because there's so many artists who really succumb to that type of thing and just say I
yeah.
don't want to do it.
And
So
just like people,
really,
period, too. I'm sorry.
oh
I
no,
was saying
you
just like just people, just like going on with that too. Like I could go on and you know what I mean, and like bash people, but it's just kind of like just a thing that I just been learning from just like going to
yeah.
counseling is that
Yeah,
that's a whole different spirit with that's within that person. We can't be mad at people for what they do. You know what I mean?
right,
It's
right,
all for our good. So
right.
that's why it's so easy for me to just kind of like it's just like what they say, water under the bridge, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of like you can't take my talent away from me. Just
Absolutely.
I mean, I can do more from what y'all try to take away from me. So it
And
is what it is.
absolutely. And we really need to normalize like getting help and going to counseling and that sort of
Hmm.
thing because like and it's crazy. I went through counseling after my divorce and counseling is dope. Like I think it's dope. And I like being able to talk to somebody, obviously somebody who don't know you from a fly on the wall and they're gonna be
Right.
upfront and honest with you. And like I really dig it. And it's
Yeah.
so much that you can get out of it and it helps you so much. And even with like the past music, like that just takes you back to the past and
Right.
the stuff that you really moving on from. So now I
Mhm.
think that's dope. You got anything else, Kat?
I did just want to read a comment that just said that I love his diverse music taste. So I definitely wanted you to see
I
that
respect that. I
because you
appreciate that.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of younger people that don't like we're in around the same age and like I love Mariah Carey and people always think I'm so weird that I just love Mariah and they're like you ain't
Mhm.
like Summer Walker, you ain't listening to SZA. I'm listening to Mariah. Listen, that's my girl. I don't
I'm
care.
right along with you.
Yeah, a lot of them done got that from Mariah. You know what I mean? It comes from somewhere. That's what. Yeah.
And say it.
Right.
And she is singer
Yeah.
songwriter. She was one of the first that put her emotions into those into her pen and
Hmm.
and really use her words and sound like Mariah had a thesaurus with her in there. She was using all the big words and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I miss stuff like that. I miss having to say, what's that? Wait,
Hmm.
she dropping. Hold on, let me see.
Right.
Oh, she really, I really miss songwriting and artist development and stuff. I think a lot of people
Yeah.
just pop out, because they the cutest girl or they got the
Yeah.
most followers or stuff, but it may not be the most talented. So, like James said, we do like to bring some people on the show that are truly talented and doing
Absolutely.
something different. So, thank you for sharing it with us.
Absolutely.
So what do we have to look forward to, in the future coming up for you?
Well, yeah, the single's out. I'm working on another single now that I'll be putting out in late October. I'm trying to put like one out a month up until the album come out, and just kind of just just pop. Sprinkling my content every day. I always got something I'm trying to just just
Yeah.
try to get the following and try to get all that build up. So I'm always on the internet. Yeah.
Well, I think it's definitely dope, man. As Kat has said, we definitely appreciate you coming onto the podcast. What is the one thing that you felt you wanted to get out there with this conversation?
Definitely just growth, and showing that, what I mean, you can like really just sink and just continue to just rise. It's not the end. Like, you don't have to stop there.
Yeah,
I've overcame and went through a lot, but like, what I mean, I'm still not giving up. you
absolutely.
know
Okay. So, social media, Instagram is Vante IM, correct?
yes.
Okay, and then Facebook, is it just Vante Reed, or do you have a app for it?
It's Vante Reed. You actually can go to I put it all in together in a little website. You go to linktree.com
Perfect.
backslash Vante IM, and then that gives you access to like everything. Everywhere I'm at, you can get it right there from that one website.
And I should have gave that because I was on the link.
Professional.
Trying
Okay.
to make it easy. I'm like, they got all these hashtag QR codes and
I
all that.
love a
I'm
good
like,
link. I love a good
mhm,
link tree. I love a good link in
right.
bio. Make it easy
Absolutely,
for me.
absolutely.
Right.
I think this was really, really dope, man. We appreciate you for coming on.
No problem.
I know it's late in the evening and that sort of thing, so we really, really appreciate you. Any last words before we let you go?
I just appreciate y'all. Thank you for giving me this platform and opportunity. I'm glad that y'all have this for the culture. And
For sure, man.
y'all ever need me back, I'm here.
Listen, man. Just listen. You are officially part of the UGD family. So like we got a number of platforms, and we got a radio station launching in 2 weeks, and
Mhm,
I need your music to actually get on there. And
mhm.
it's a whole lot that's coming with this media company that I have.
Yes, sir.
So I will definitely keep up with you and continue listening and continue watching. And we'll have you on all the platforms before it's all said and done.
Awesome sauceum. All
All right.
right.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Cat.
Well, hello.
It's time to go, ain't it?
I have been so pleasantly surprised with all the guests that we have been having
I
on season
know,
two.
I know. Listen,
They
we
have been hot, especially the new artists, the new up and coming
yeah,
artists. They have been hot. Like their music, everybody's music is always really, really good.
yeah,
They're always so insightful. They have great musical taste, as
yeah,
Mama
yeah,
Cat pointed out. So
absolutely,
thank you so much, Vante, for coming through. That was amazing. And I like hearing like-minded people like around my age that have the same taste and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm not so
absolutely.
weird. I'm not so weird for liking artists of they're yonder, or
Right.
James old
So
these old
that's
artists
what we
from the
doing tonight.
past,
Okay.
from the past. Hey, we got hashtag. We got hashtag in
Hashtag,
the room.
hashtag.
What's up? We
Man,
got
this
we
the
got
one to be
Courtney
hanging with right
Marie.
here. When I tell you, he be kicking it with all the celebs now.
I was just about to say, hashtag congratulations on everything you were doing this weekend. I definitely was watching. Hashtag is one to watch. He has been networking all over the place. So if you
Absolutely,
guys don't
absolutely,
already follow him, make sure you follow him at hashtag dope photography. I'm gonna
absolutely,
put his name up there once again for you guys. He is on Instagram and Facebook. He has been doing the damn thing. Okay. I'm
absolutely.
trying to get in on them BET Plus series hashtag. Your girl getting into acting. I just told you I went on my audition. I plugged me in. No, I
Listen,
love hashtag. Hashtag came to see me at the little bar. Came to politic with me down at the bar. And he gave me some really
at
good
the bar.
advice. He gave me at the bar.
Yeah,
He gave me some good advice. He gave me some good feedback on the show. We also
absolutely.
had hashtag on season one, and I know
Yes,
we will
sir.
be having him on soon. And definitely, hashtag, I'm gonna have to talk to you because I definitely want you on Cat Got Your Tongue podcast. So
Period,
we'll talk
period,
soon.
period, period.
We'll talk soon.
Now I think it's
Um,
dope. Hashtag we've from me directly, man. Thank you for the continuous, for the constant support. I
Always.
swear to God, like we appreciate you coming on here each and
Hmm.
every week, even if it's just for a couple minutes and just popping in and saying what's up. Like we really, really, really appreciate that. Kat brought the feedback to me, and let me tell you, much
Hmm.
appreciated, and we are working with it. And
Yeah,
just
we working
know,
on
know that
changing
we
some
really,
things
really,
up.
really appreciate you, and we're just trying to keep it going and keep moving and keep getting really dope people here on the show. You know, you got to come back on. Absolutely.
And hashtag always repost stuff. He's reposting
know,
flyers. He's
absolutely,
reposting my reels.
And I think
he always supports.
Yeah, and I think it's dope too. Like I saw all the posts and everything from this past weekend, and I know I tag on everything and all that kind of stuff, but I think it's really, really dope. Like I really want us all, and I know that we're in that space, but I'm just saying I want all of us to get to that place where we really, really, really celebrate each other, because like hashtag is doing the damn thing out there.
He's doing his thing. I'm
Quincy
telling you,
is doing the damn thing out there. I'm like tagging on all of his stuff, and I mean it's everybody is doing really, really good, and that's where I'm at. That's the place that I have always been in, is that I want to really, really celebrate, you know, celebrate my people and the stuff that they're doing. So yeah, you know, all that said, thank you for the constant support, and we're just gonna keep on bringing it. Working on next week's guest. And yeah, I think this is about it, Cat.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to a couple people in the room. We got Katia Hill. Yes, we got Katia in the building, one of our most faithful transgenders.
Courtney.
Yeah, we got Courtney as well. That's my other sister. So thank you guys for stopping in. I did want to shed light on one more important issue that happened over Labor Day weekend. Okay. We have Olympic marathon runner Rebecca. I'm not sure how to say her name. I want to say Cheptegei. She was set on fire by her boyfriend. Yeah, she was set on fire by her boyfriend. And she had just won Olympic. I want to say the gold in one of the track and field. So she is an Olympic runner. And they said that her boyfriend was jealous of her recent success. So I want all the ladies out there to know, don't ever let, you know, a man or anybody you're dating or anybody, you know, be jealous of you and not support you during your most trying times, because as we know, you know, your enemy could be sleeping right next to you.
What was her name?
So her name was, it was Rebecca. I'm gonna spell her name Cheptegei. She was African, I believe. Yeah, she was representing Kenya in the recent Olympics, and they said that when she came home from the Olympics, that they had been arguing, and that he was just really unhappy with her recent success, and that he went and purchased a can of petrol specifically for this purpose, to set her on fire. So we do not know what her status is right now, if she's critical condition, if she, you know, has succumbed to her injuries. But I did want to shed light on that, because we saw a lot of women winning. And right now they have the Paralympics going on right now. So if you guys have not caught some of the Paralympic games, definitely check it out. But I just definitely wanted to shed light on that, because I know we're coming up on Domestic Violence Month. And I just wanted to really shed light on, you know, just being safe. We're talking about being safe and healing our minds, but, you know, let's make sure we're putting safe people around us, and that we're, you know, setting boundaries. And when people show you who they are, believe them. And ladies, please be safe and leave these situations. There are a lot of resources available. And so I just wanted to let you guys be aware of that.
I had not heard, because, you know, I don't really sit and watch the news a lot, because it's so much negative stuff on news that I usually catch stuff from social media and that sort of thing, and I hadn't seen anything about that. But wow.
Yeah, so I couldn't believe that. Prayers to her. But there have been a lot of they said divorces and a lot of things coming out of the Olympics. People are not happy with people winning, you know, and I'll be the first to tell you, when somebody is jealous of you or being mean or trying to mess up what you got going on, you cannot let that stand. Look at hashtag. What you said, the news is so toxic but important. Yes, you are definitely.
And we proud of you too, hashtag. Like you are. Really,
no, we are. I'm so
proud
of hashtag. When I was looking at them pictures, I was like, I know that ain't my girl.
So
I was
killing it.
screaming like we are so proud of you. Like you are really moving it. I mean, we had
But like
conversations
this,
about certain things, and he gave me some advice on how to move in the
yeah.
industry and how he be networking and sliding through and doing some things. So I'm so proud of you hashtagging. I really appreciate the advice
And see,
and
that's the
things
thing.
that you gave me.
And the advice that he offered for us, like that's what we need from people. Like the only way we can improve and get better is for people to tell us what they see. So like we need to hear that stuff. So like I appreciate that. I appreciate just knowing him, just knowing Quincy. I worked with Quincy at 93 some years ago. But just knowing these people, Latif,
I was
King
about
T,
to say King Teeth has been doing his thing. He all
like he
weekend
doing
he's
his
had all
thing,
these
and
different
like
events and things.
I just want to see us succeed. Like that's it. I just want to see us succeed and look good at it.
What did he say? He said I had to hop off for a minute because
Oh,
your girl caught called. She just posted a reel I created for her. Oh, that's so nice. Like, yes. I mean, I see you moving, like, and you be looking so professional. He be dressed all nice and he be I know he smell good. I know he smell good. So hashtag pulled up on me, bling blah bling. He was blinging, he was smelling good, he was smell like money, okay? So I know he was doing his dang thing. No, for real, I'm telling y'all, like hashtag he one of them. He one of them for real. So he was really doing his thing. I'm saying when I was looking at them pictures,
oh, he said he do.
he do. For sure, smell like money. So yeah, when he got a good confidence about him and things, and I like the way you move. I see the way you moving in the industry, and it's coming from a good place. It's coming from a place of actual talent, actually being talented with the camera, and networking and just building things. I've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing things going on with the restaurant. I have to stop through for sure. Look at Katia. She said that's awesome for hashtag. Yes, look at our transcenders, supporting transcenders. We love that here.
That's it. But no, this is dope. And once again, I appreciate Vante for coming on to the show. Yeah, definitely a dope conversation, dope interview, and like he's done very, very well. Obviously with his music, but then just in his journey of sobriety. And I think that's the stuff that's a lot of the stuff that we gotta highlight with us. Like that's 91 days. Like that's dope.
That's really dope. Earlier this year, me and my sister Katia, we did some sobriety, like how you do like the first month or 60 days and stuff, and we took a break from drinking, and that's something that really could bring you clarity. Like I was able to really get some things done.
Spirit, and
I was getting things done and all kind of stuff. So it just was I really like that he touched on that. And I'm gonna start trying to do like he does, with the posting every day, because I be doing good. I be getting all my views and stuff, and I'm like, I'll post it tomorrow. I got to just get more consistent with it for sure. Me and Katia, we definitely did our little dry. It wasn't dry January. It might have been dry January 15th. January 20th, the holidays lasted a little long. But nonetheless, we did take that break. And I feel myself kind of, as the summer's winding down, I kind of want to do the same thing. I like to do a detox. I'm about to get in the gym, get my health together. James, when you at the gym today?
I was in the gym today. And I can honestly say that I was glad to be there. And weight training today and with the trainer and all that stuff. But it was dope. It's always dope. Like I like going where I go to Ohio Sport and Fitness out in Willoughby. So it was cool. So I actually had a good session today. And is the thing about going to the gym and working out is like when you feel like you're going through something, or when you are going through something, like it'll help you clear your mind. So,
absolutely.
I told you how the day started off. And then once I went to the trainer today and came out of the gym, it was like, that shit gone. Like
you feeling invigorated, like, oh, I could take over the world. Now, all I need is a good snack, and then I'm going to take over the world.
I'm still away from the snacks. But
And then hashtag talking about set a schedule so the post automatically. I know, but I have like a little bit of OCD. Me and my sister are perfectionists when it comes to our posts. And I'll be like, what if I misspell something, or what if I, so I just need to
You right
really
on
just
that. The schedule in the post. Yeah, I like doing that.
yeah. When is the merch coming,
It's coming.
James?
It's I guarantee you it's coming, and
And we
it's coming. I
and
guarantee
we
you
said
it's
we were
coming.
gonna do a giveaway too as well for our faithful transcenders. Y'all be we're gonna enter y'all in, and so y'all can get something for free to celebrate your support.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, them vacations, like you be having fun, drinking, eating, and then you see that gym, you be like, oh. And it's like you really start back at day one. I be feeling like, dang, did I even work out ever in my
Yeah,
life?
it's
Because
like
that day one be like, damn.
I try my best not to like because I only train like with the trainer twice a week. I try my best not to miss
Mm-hmm.
because if I miss, especially if I miss both days in a week, it's like starting all the way over. When I go back that next week, I be dragging so bad. And be like, you just lifted like 30 pounds more than that. And I'm like, I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
Me and my sister, we say you if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Like if you really don't
Absolutely.
use it.
Absolutely.
And it's so crazy because like I do pole dancing. I'm getting into aerial, up on the satin scarves and things like that. And I'll be really strong, but man, I haven't been doing it that much.
Yeah.
I was on there looking like a little. I was like, oh God, when the people be trying to climb the rope in gym class, I couldn't get up not an inch. And I said, I'd be zooming up that thing. So what's going
I could
on?
never get my big ass up that rope. I'll be like, I'm ready to go. I'm just ready to go.
Lashandra said, listen, drinking and eating all of the bad foods, like, okay, I need beginners. Right. I need the beginners class. That's what I said. And so like when I was during my pole journey, I'm able to do pole level 1, pole level 2 choreography. I'm going back to beginners. Let me stretch a little bit and try to get these muscles like the Tin Man, get these get it back moving, because I ain't been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay.
Yeah. I think we all in that place though. So
yeah, and I mean it's a new season, it's about to be fall, and I know y'all try to be booed up for the fall, all the holidays coming up, all the matching pajamas is y'all, it's coming quicker than what y'all thought, so y'all better get them bodies right.
Listen, I'm getting back on track. I'm getting back on track for sure. All right, Cat.
Well, thank you for all of our transcenders coming in, all the people. Lashandra, Katia, hashtag. We got Mama Cat. We got Courtney. We got Brittany. Like, thank you everybody for coming in. You guys really made the show. Thank you to Vante for sure for coming in. I really enjoyed our conversation thoroughly.
We are working on next week's. We're working on next week's guest, and yeah, I think that's about it. I'm working on. Well, I told you who I was. I told you who I was working on for the Black Print on Sunday, and then I haven't booked for the bucket list yet. And then Open Letters to a Survivor, that'll be back on Sunday. So they actually sent me their guests tonight. So I need to work on their flyers. And yeah, that's about it. But listen, we appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you all for any piece of support that you give us. Please share us with your friends, with your family. Clearly y'all are on Facebook. So please share this video to your Facebook or have your family check it out. Of course, subscribe, comment, give us any comments that you have. People you might want to see.
And if you missed the beginning of the show, you can definitely go back and rewatch the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did a lot of hot topics during the beginning. We talked about Ice Spice. We talked a little bit about Usher. So definitely go back and watch the show. And also, it's a great thing to watch on your commute to work. You could plug it in, play it on your radio. And also I know some people that play it when they get to work and just have it on while everybody's coming in and working and stuff. So, everybody wants to get caught up on the hot topic. So why not do with us?
I like putting it on the TV on the I got an
Well,
85-inch TV in the living room.
that's what my mom does. So my
Yeah,
mom, she puts it on the TV. She usually watches live, but sometimes she goes back and gets the parts that she didn't miss. But she be in there
yeah,
just I'm like, what you laughing
right,
at? She's
right,
like, girl,
right.
you. I'm like, okay, we'll continue.
I appreciate everybody like this. When I tell you this is a process, doing this and trying to keep it consistent and bringing people on, and it's a lot that goes into it. And obviously this is it's all love. So I ain't tripping, I ain't complaining. I love doing this. Like I'll be doing this to the day I die. But
And James is the
she
hardest
said,
man.
she said that is too much TV. Not for me, Lashandra. Listen, I got and I said I said an 85-inch. The 85-inch broke when we moved, so I bought a 75-inch. So I got a 75-inch, but it still ain't too much TV.
And
Yeah,
me,
I
I'll
like
be
to.
over here looking at my little 25-inch like, now who is that?
Um, but now we appreciate everybody for tuning in. You guys can get me across all social media platforms at I am James Grant. On Instagram, I have I am James Grant there, but then I also have Authentically James. So you can get me on either one of those. And
You can follow me on all platforms at Cat Queen. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So please follow me. I have a couple videos going viral, and I'll be posting some stuff this week, some really funny stuff. So, and keep in mind, Cat Got Your Tongue will be premiering within the next month. So be looking out for that. We're gonna have some awesome guests.
absolutely. And transcending TC. You can pull up Transcending the Culture on social media platforms as well. And then Tiff will be back with us next week. Tiffany Milliron 7. I think that's it. Okay.
That's all. That's all I got for y'all.
You
Be safe. Be safe.
Everybody be safe.
Do y'all workouts, drink y'all water. Follow us on all the platforms, share our show, and be safe, be happy.
That's it.
It's fall. It's fall. Drink some
Be happy.
pumpkins. Be some pumpkins. Get some
Be
pumpkin spice or
happy.
something.
Smile. Like we are good. We are
Smile.
blessed.
Yes.
Smile. Like life is good. Life
Thank
is
you,
good.
Dre
Good.
Ingram.
Thank you.
People
So
coming
yeah,
in.
we
Thank
will
you
be
so
back
much.
with you guys. We'll be back with you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Make sure that you guys check out the Black Print, the Bucket List, and Open Letters to a Survivor. All three are on Sunday. UGD Radio launches in 2 weeks. We got 13 days. So the radio station is launching. We are accepting music. So if you know people that want to get their music played, we are accepting music. All of that can be sent to, you can actually send it here to Transcending the Culture if you want. Transcending the Culture 1. That's number 1. Transcending the Culture 1 at gmail.com. If you want to send any music or anything like that, we can get that stuff uploaded into the station. And we are launching in 2 weeks. The entertainment plug is returning on September 28th. We are still working on getting UGD live together. Shouts out, condolences, sending love and respect to our partner in crime, Reese. I had the pleasure of talking to her today because she's had a lot going on. So I did talk to her. I did get a chance to talk to her today, and definitely continuing to send love and prayers to her.
And shout out to Tiff, our other co-host. She had an event this weekend, a women's breakfast, and it was amazing. I definitely enjoyed them grits a little too much. But yeah, shout out to Tiff. Tiff has been stepping outside her zone and doing a lot of events. I know she in the future wants to do something with breast cancer awareness. So be checking out for that in the future.
Absolutely. So y'all all have a good night. Again, you can catch the playback on YouTube and follow us all on across social media, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Bye.